That should be it. Try that. 1 2 1 2. Yeah, that's got it right. Okay, here we go. Well, hello. Do you know it's it's 2 minutes past 7. I got out. We're up in Scotland, right up in the western, the northwest of Scotland, and we've driven up from Stirling today, and we just got here a short while ago. We just had a bite to eat and a drink of wine and a drink of mulled wine even, and somebody said, "Don't you do a broadcast on a Thursday?" And it's Thursday, and here I am, and so I'm just trying to tell you that I'm not prepared at all, and I've just switched this thing on, just grabbed this guitar out my car, and I bought this guitar because we're going to be doing some playing at a couple of church services and things. So I brought this guitar up to so I could play something, and don't let the ape catch you talking to the monkey. Oh, you know it'll just make him grumpy. Your days at the zoo will be numbered and few, and you'll find yourself turning toward a place at the back of the queue. Back where you were before, where it began so long ago, waiting for someone at that door. You smiling away with stars in your eyes, trying to hide, thinking of what you're gonna say. What you gonna say, boo? What you gonna say? What you gonna say? Anyway, as you probably gathered, I started off with some words there, and I petered out because I can't remember what the words were. I've got them written down somewhere, but they're actually on this computer that I'm singing into now, so I can't plug them up right now. But what the heck? I just thought I'd play. It's just a little idea I got. Don't let the ape catch you talking to the monkey, because you know he don't like it. It's going to make him grumpy. Find yourself moving to a place the back of the queue. Anyway, let's see who's hooked up today. Good evening, Alfie. I don't recognise the name, but hello, Alfie. Good to see you. I know Mandy. That's my wife. She's next door. Hello, Mandy. Yeah, great to see you. Gernst. Yeah, here I am, Ernst. Yeah. Sort of not prepared for anything, but I just thought, well, what the heck? It's Christmas. You can see it's Christmas to you. Look behind me here. I'm at a house in a place called Arisaig, which is a little village, probably 200. Is it about 200 people, Ray? Something.
Maybe a bit more.
Bit more. There's a bit more. Well, there's us here now, isn't there? So. But it's a tiny little village on the west coast of Scotland, and it's a place where they filmed some of that film Local Hero, which is one of my favourite films. And we actually met somebody today who every time we see him, he says a line from Local Hero to me, and what was that one? You can't eat scenery, you know. Anyway, you'd have to see the film. I recommend the film to you. It's got music by Mark Knopfler, and part of that movie was filmed here in Arisaig. It was done like yonks ago. Burt Lancaster was the main man in it, the main draw in it, should I say? And of course, he's been dead a few years, and this was the last film that Burt Lancaster made. A film called Local Hero, and I'm up in this little village, staying with Ray, who's sitting over in this room with me, and Julie, up here at this lovely little village and it's a place I'm connected with because a really odd thing. I wrote a song about a girl who's worked for the secret people, and she was parachuted into France. Parachuted twice into France, this lady. 23 years old she was, and she ended up being shot by the Gestapo, tortured by the Gestapo, and she's become a very famous lady. There's a statue of her in London. Her name is Violette Szabo. And you're thinking, whoa, so what's that got to do with, you know? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when I first came up to this little village, I was shocked to discover, because I'd already written that song, but I was amazed to discover that Violette Szabo and 3,000 others had trained for her missions here in this little village. That or to put it more correctly, the headquarters of the SOE, Special Operations Executive, was in a place called Arisaig House, which, curiously enough, is in Arisaig, and that was the headquarters for this whole operation of sending people into occupied Europe, to agents into occupied Europe, and I was absolutely amazed to think it all centred around this place here. And I'd written this song for her, and in this song I'd employed a couple of lines from her poem, because she had a poem written for her, and it sounds like a love poem. A man named Leo Marx wrote this poem for her, but he was a code breaker at Bletchley, and this poem was written for her as a code poem. Instead of remembering pieces from the Holy Bible or from War and Peace, so as to decode their messages, they started to give agents dedicated poems and things which only they knew. Nobody else in the whole world knew it except them and their handler back in England. And Violette Szabo had a code poem written for her. And I'm mentioning that because the first time I walked into Arisaig House, which is a mile away from where I'm sitting, I walked into the foyer of this beautiful old building, and in the foyer there was hanging a copy of Violette Szabo's code poem right there, because she'd actually been there and that they honoured her with that. And I was gobsmacked because I was already connected to her, and so I was already connected to this place before I ever came here. And I've said all that so I can just play the song now. It goes like this. Gibraltar. Oh, I better say it's called Gibraltar Farm. I'll tell you why it's called Gibraltar Farm at the end. Okay, here's the song. Gibraltar Farm, Violet came. She walked in its long green grass and left on an aeroplane with all that she had. One summer's night, right in the clouds of England and France in the fading light. And every night I heard her calling out across the wire. I'm out on that long and lonely road I chose, and nobody in England knows but you. Oh, let me go where the tears don't flow. Oh, let me stay where there is no war. Gibraltar Farm. Violet knew the turn and glance of the dangerous dance that she had to do with all that she had. She did it so well. Oh, with a fire in her heart, she played at the part till the curtain fell. And every night I hear her calling out across the wire. I'm out on that long and lonely road tonight, and nobody can see my light but you, you. Oh, let me go where the tears don't flow. Oh, let me stay where there is no war today. So that's a song called Gibraltar Farm, and it's called Gibraltar Farm because that lovely name, really a beautiful little name there. Except I'll tell you, somebody who don't like it, the girl who used to live with us, Spanish girl, I said, I've got this song called Gibraltar Farm. And of course, Gibraltar to a Spaniard. No, you can't mention that. So she didn't like it. But look, it's called Gibraltar Farm, which is a beautiful name because that's actually the name of a shack on one side of an airfield, and now it's a disused airfield in Bedfordshire. It's a place called Tempsford, RAF Tempsford it was, and that was in this shack where they used to be kitted out. It was actually an old barn that they used to kit the agents out because it was all done in the greatest of secrecy, so nobody else on the base knew what was happening except the people concerned, and they should be kitted out there, then get into a Lysander or a Halifax and be taken to France, either to be flown into France in a Lysander, which used to land, or else a Halifax, which used to be parachuted in. And she went, as I say, she went to France twice, this Goldie, but she was one of 3,000 people who got involved in that thing in the war, and at tremendous cost to themselves. Violette Szabo was 23 years old when she died. And boy, she was a pretty lady, I tell you. And the Germans killed her in Ravensbrück concentration camp. That's true. That's all true. And I came on that. I came by that whole story and everything. It means a lot to me because when I got up to this place, I realised this was the place where it had all happened, and I'd already gotten involved with it. So anyway, there you go. You got that. You've just gotten the whole story of Gibraltar Farm there. Gibraltar Farm, which is the name of this old farm shed on one side of Tempsford airfield in Bedfordshire. So you can check all this stuff out, and it's actually still kept as a shrine, by the way. That barn is a shrine to all the people who passed through it. Okay, well that's all that. Yes, Steve. Yeah. Hi, Steve. Yeah, Steve. My mate Steve just come on. Didn't we fly over Tempsford once on one of our trips when we went out to some place? We were wandering around. We went and found Tempsford. I seem to recall us going over it. Anyway, good to see you. And Richard Kenworthy, hello. Thanks for hooking up. I remember Steve, my mate Steve, who's just come on. Do you know, me and Steve go back so far. We used to be at 10 around our motorbikes. We had this huge gang of us who used to go on these bikes and stuff, and we all had quite some adventures doing that. But that's how long ago I've known this guy, and he's still a pal. And he asked me, not tonight, but he asked me a couple of weeks ago if I'd do this song, and I'm going to try and remember it for you. because it's got a few changes in it, but it's a really nice song, which is on the album. I think it's on Made in Britain. Might be on Made in Britain, but anyway, it goes like this. It's called Turn to Grey. It's good to see you after all this long time. Nice to know that life's treating you fine, and how it all comes flooding back as we sit and chew the fat, you and me. No mystery. There was a time when we were flying free, out on a roll, cheeky and bold, pulling the stops out for that pot of gold. Oh, we took our chances and we pushed out the boat. We burned the bridges and we filled in the moat, like we were dancing in a whirl, me and you against the world, back to back, just knowing that you'd always be around to take the slack. We fought to win, to sink or swim, to catch the moment when the wave comes in. Come a little bit closer to the heat of the flame. I hear you call out my name. Oh, oh, oh. Stand a little bit nearer to the edge of the cliff. I keep on wondering if, whoa, whoa, da 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 da, ba da ba da ba da. I suppose I should have read between the lines. I was a fool not to notice the signs, that there was oh so bittersweet. The blood ran to my feet and I knew that it was true. Your cheating ways told me a tale on you, and from that day I turned to grey. No doctor's pill could take the pain away. Oh, I turned to grey. Oh, I turned to grey. I thought it would never end. You'd always be my best friend. I'm turning to grey. Thought it would never end. I'm turning to grey. It'd always be my best friend. I'm turning to grey. Thought it would never end. I'm turning to grey. And I am too. Yeah, I'm turning to grey. Well, it's I've been on for 20 minutes. What have I done? A lot of very little. I've got a lovely song that I did with Alex, but you know what? I can't remember it. It's so I'm going to leave that one because I want it to be really good when I finally get to play it, because it's a song that's got a really nice beat to it, and so I want to. I'm not going to play that one tonight, so I'll just say there's another new song in the pipeline. You heard a bit of it before because we did a bit of it when we were in Spain, when we were kicking it around in Spain, and it's kind of moved on a bit since then. But all of these songs take quite a while to do because because I'm bone idle, I guess, you know. No, it's you kind of 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration, and I'm not so good at the perspiration stuff. My wife's just come in with a cup of tea for herself, but not one for me, I noticed, which I mean, you know, that's the way the cookie crumples. That's rock and roll.
Never do anything for you.
Yeah. So most of us who don't use Grecian 2000, says Richard. Yeah, I like it, yes. Turning to grey. Okay. And Alfie, thank you for your comments, Alfie. Don't recall that name again. So before all that, so that's good to hook up with you. Somebody just said Bletchley Park's interesting to visit. Is that Ernst saying that? I'm not sure. Pardon? Carol. Okay, what, in Spain? Okay, yeah. Bletchley Park is really interesting to visit that place. Yeah, my auntie lived at Brill. That's right. Yeah. Oh, dare thee not make Dave a copper, Alfie says. I totally agree, Alfie. Alfie, I don't know who you are, but I think you and I are going to become good pals. I completely agree with that. How could my wife do that? And but Julie's just shown me a bottle of wine, and so maybe I won't have a cup of tea. Maybe I'll just leave that, you know. For, we'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know where. But I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do. Listen, I'm scraping the barrel here. I'm making it up as I go along. And as I say, this was a last minute thing. I thought I'd just come along and say hi to you guys, tell you I'm still here. I'll try and do it every Thursday while we're away up in Scotland here, which we're going to be for a few weeks yet over Christmas.
It's Christmas Day a week time.
Say again?
It's Christmas Day a week today.
Is it really?
Yeah. So you
Do you know,
might not
it's
do it.
scary. Christmas Day is a week today.
Yeah.
Is a week today. Now, I'm sure that news is going to be
That's shocking.
terribly, terrible news for people, but that's what it is. So look, I'm going to go now, and I'll catch you guys next Thursday, I hope. I'm not promising, but we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can knock up. Let's see. Okay, and I'll catch you then. I'm just trying to find my good night thing. Here it is. I think I got it. Yes, I've got it. It's coming up now. Here we go. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Really helps to get me to get the algorithm. We've got to beat that algorithm. Man, that algorithm's out to get me. I'm going to beat it. So look, thanks ever so much for looking up. Tell your pals to look up.